there on pole position. 27 years of age, Todd Ellis, stepson of Gary Bryan, who's in the race, carrying the number 9. Green flag at the back. As I say, there is a good reason for this depleted grid, and we're very lucky that we didn't have more retirements. Watch the lights come in, the lights go out, but the clutches get dumped. Todd Ellis, Emmanuel Clement, Lewis Blackstock, Paddy Rosny on the number 95 on the inside. George Holden looking outside and inside Pete Founds. The Christies, Sam and Tom down into 4th place as they go down towards Cascades. Well, now we know they're racing.
Yeah, then they know they're racing.
That's even more important than us knowing it, I think.
Yeah, I would have thought for the guys that are doing the TT, I would have thought there's no better test than Oulton Park. Lots of crests and bumps and lumps and off camber and on camber.
That's exactly what John Holden said to me yesterday. You know, I obviously had a good chat with him, and so have you. There's George Holden, Oscar Lawrence, leg in the air on the outside of Pete Founds and Jevon Walmsley, the number 72 short outfit. So it's going to be interesting to see how George Holden, currently in 5th place.
Yeah, blue outfit.
Oh, there
blue.
he is. Andy Peach, Ken Edwards in there as well. Race leaders then. French lady passenger, 25 years of age, extremely fit, physically strong.
Yeah, do you know what
astonishes me, mate.
Well, you've got to be. It's such a physical thing to do, to get from one side to the other and clinging on to the extent that you don't get thrown off the side of the thing. There's so much centrifugal force that you don't get on a solo. You're always in balance on a solo. These you're not. It's lots of centrifugal force, lots of grip with these tyres, more than a solo.
Blackstock and Rosny, number 95, are going with Ellis and Emmanuel Clement. The Christie brothers there as well. Pete Founds still fending off a challenge. Is George Holden coming out of the slipstream here as they go into Lodge, down and up over Deer Leap? Now the long outfit might stand a chance. Get the power down on the Kawasaki. The number 93 Kawasaki, the only Kawasaki in the race. At the inside at Oulton, no. Pete Founds far too canny for that.
Yeah, he was. He couldn't. He kind of sensed him there, didn't he?
Probably heard him as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can hear when the throttle's closed. You can actually hear your rivals if they're close enough.
Race leader then, Todd Ellis and Emmanuel Clement. She is seeing Oulton Park here as she saw so many of the British circuits last season, those that she got to, of course, because there were many more clashes with the World Championship last year. This year, we've minimised it as much as we can so that we should get one notable absentee, of course, the reigning champions, Ben and Tom Birchall, typical of guys who are keeping their powder dry for the TT.
Yeah, they're all really important. The TT is the Birchalls, and they excel at it, and it's a big effort. I mean, these things, you know, going to the TT, it's a huge undertaking.
A quick word while this thrilling battle is going on, and it maybe now is not the time to say, but look at George Holden. He is really throwing everything at it. It's only a matter of time. He's coming out now alongside. Is there a way past it? No, he had a look. Well, this is great stuff between these two. Short outfit versus long outfit, but the long one is going to corner better, except he can't because Pete Founds is in the road. Yeah,
and these things obviously about 3 times the width of a solo, so there's a lot less. He's up the inside at Lodge, and that was a perfect move set up at Druids, and
clean as a whistle. I have to say.
Yeah.
Clean as a whistle. A notable absentee, Scott Laurie and Shelley Smithers, and a word for Shelley Smithers. They had a big crash testing in Val de Vienne in March. Shelley is still in Poitiers Hospital. Oh. So that is not a good scenario. Femur and broken collarbone, all sorts of injuries. She was very badly knocked about. So our thoughts are with you, Shelley. Come back soon.
Yeah, you can tell the difference between the shorter number 72. Oh, hang on.
That looks like Anthony Hilditch. Yes, it is. Sean and Anthony Hilditch, that's father and son.
Yeah,
father then has...
son's definitely okay. Father looks all right as well.
He spat the boy out.
He has.
Well,
there's a lot of damage to that outfit as well, so I don't know just what's happened. It definitely spun.
Well, good to see Anthony on his feet. Let's have a look. We're going to see what all that...
We didn't see the start of that. We saw the yellow flags on, so they knew it was happening.
Yeah, Simon Robinson looked to be a little bit on the grass as well. So I think what happened was a little bit further back.
There's been a touch.
Yeah, looks like it. Blackstock, the Christies, and now George Holden is the coming man. Lap record 1:43.3, and now he's gone inside the Birchall's 1:43.8, half a second quicker than the Birchall's lap record. How impressive is that?
Yeah.
600cc stock spec engines.
Yeah, they used to be 1000cc straight for basically an R1 or a ZX10 or a Fireblade engine in these outfits. They've got to alter them and modify them fairly substantially, because you can imagine the oil sloshes about in the bottom of the sump, and that makes the bike pick air up, and that's not good for the bottom end or any of the engine. So they've got to alter the baffle in the sump, and lots of other sort of modifications to make them sidecar applicable, but they are essentially sports bike engines.
Sean Hilditch then throwing his helmet down in frustration. Gary Bryan fractionally ahead of a very determined Simon Robinson, number 19, who, I remind you, started from pit lane, so he's making progress through the field up to 9th place as we look at it. So there you have Ellis, Clement, Blackstock, Christie, that's your top 3, potential podium, lap 4 of 9 completed. Then it's George Holden, then it's Pete Founds. These two having a real scrap at each other. Gary Bryan and Phil Hyde flicking the sidecar wheel in the air over that curb with the Honda.
Yeah, Barry, how does this work? Can they run off track limits? Can they put that sidecar wheel onto the green paint?
It's a good question, but the long lap rule applies, I can tell you that.
Okay.
Because I've been briefed on it. It's a question of which part of the bike. My guess would be somebody in race direction will make a judgment.
Yeah. But I mean, these routinely run the sidecar wheel over the edge of the track.
Simon Robinson snaking up underneath Gary Bryan. So Simon Robinson now has got the long outfit ahead of Gary Bryan's Honda. Gary Bryan builds those CBR 600s at home. That's what he does. He's in the business of putting them together, and a very good engineer.
Yeah, as I said, there's a few mods to make to put a sports bike engine in a sidecar, just because of the way the sidecar works. And a big engine to slot into an outfit that's so low. The engine's right in front of the driver with a short outfit, so actually your arms are going round the whole head and barrel section of the engine. On the longer outfits, the engine is sat behind the backside of the driver.
Well, I think there's a bit of a family dispute going on there. It looks a little bit like it.
I think Dad were blaming Lad there. Honestly, didn't look happy.
Race leader Todd Ellis, Emmanuel Clement out in front here, but not by a country mile. They've got a 3-second advantage. We're just over half distance now in this 10-lapper. And Andy Peach and Ken Edwards, with John Holden and Jason Pitt on the short Barnes Racing Yamaha powered. And that's got a standard engine in, simply because John wants to preserve his championship points.
Yeah.
He didn't want to make any sacrifices here, but he wanted to get the chassis bedded in for the TT.
Yeah, that's the number 2 outfit, second in shot there. Always a well turned out outfit is John Holden. We've seen different sponsors over the years, but they always have an outfit that's nice looking.
George and Oscar in. That's a shame.
Yep.
They were absolutely flying. So out of 4th place, George Holden dropping backwards now in pit lane. That's Pete Founds and Jevon Maunsley now up to 4th. John Holden chasing hard now. Andy Peach. And there's Andy Peach and Ken Edwards.
Yeah, really important with the shorter outfits that the passenger gets over the back wheel coming out the corners, because that's the only way it grips. There's a lot less weight on the rear wheel of the shorter outfit because the engine is a lot further forward. The longer outfit, the red outfit there, the red and black one, the engine is almost sat on the back wheel. It's just in front of it. So a lot more weight on the rear of those things.
More notable absentees, Harry Payne and Lee Crawford. Both Harry Payne will, of course, be making his Isle of Man TT debut. So he and Mark Wilkes, having done 2 World Championship rounds back-to-back, same as Steve Kershaw, giving it a rest this weekend. It's I think we've got a perfect storm which has conspired to get the grid numbers down here, but
yeah,
it will be better as we get into
just because of the timing of the thing.
It is, absolutely.
Yeah.
Andy Peach and Ken Edwards then approaching veteran status, and they won't mind me saying that. Andy Peach has been around a long time, Grand Prix passenger, vastly experienced. And look at Jason Pitt, the way he's moving around John Holden's outfit, the number 2 bike, doing an absolutely terrific job
on the shot. He is, yeah. He's giving John a good chance at having a longer outfit here, which is superior. Like I said, mostly driving off the corners. Same power, there won't be a lot of power difference.
Oh, that's Andy Peach on the grass.
Yeah.
Andy Peach exceeding track limits.
A little bit of pressure, do you think, from John Holden that caused that?
Just a little bit. Here comes Simon Robinson and Mick Fairhurst. Talk us through it.
Well, I didn't actually have a look. Yeah, just a little bit offshore. It just seemed to run off the track. You can see, looks to be bumping over the grass. You would think that the suspension had soaked that up. It's fairly smooth grass, but actually these things only have about 30 to 40 millimetres of travel on each wheel. It's nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
No.
Not designed for motocrossing, that's for sure.
They're not.
Simon Robinson there, Mick Fairhurst moving strongly forward now into 6th place, having gone past Andy Peach. They're behind John Holden. That is no mean feat. There's Holden, Jason Pitt disappearing up the road round Island Bend, coming up now to the Shallows hairpin. Once they've gone round Island Bend, this is a very, very fast part of the circuit.
Yeah, it is.
Top Gear along here. Not there. That's up over Clay Hill into Druids.
These 600cc engines are working hard and they're revving hard a lot more than they would in a solo. You're looking at something like about 450 kilos combined weight of passenger, driver and the outfit. So they're towing a lot of weight. They're only towing something like about 240 with rider and bike on a solo.
You mentioned 1000cc back in the day. The lap record here held by Tim Reeves, and that was set 2018 on the 1000cc. It's only a second and a half quicker.
Yeah, that's impressive. That's really impressive. Yeah, they were weapons. Them things. The 1000cc outfits were 200 brake horsepower plus.
Oh, that's Phil Hyde has exited stage left.
He has.
Now
back on though.
That is, I don't know what happened there, but that is highly unusual. One of the most experienced passengers on the track, Phil Hyde. Normally rides with Rupert Archer, who's not here. So, they were on the grass already.
Yeah, they were. He stayed on long enough to get to the grass. Not too far for him to run. One of the things about the shorter outfits is the driver has a lot better idea what's happened and what the passenger is doing. He's a lot closer to him. With the longer outfits, actually, a lot of times they don't know the passenger has exited the outfit until they get to the next corner. Then they know because they can feel it.
Lap 8 of 9, penultimate lap then for Todd Ellis and Emmanuel Clement. The gap now 4.848 seconds, so almost 5 seconds, give or take. And this young lady won't have seen anything like Oulton Park.
Absolutely, I bet she loves it though. It's a great circuit. I mean, hard work from where she's seen it at the minute. And if you look, when the outfit changes from one side to another, you've got to be, the timing is critical, because if you let go of the handles at the wrong time, you cannot hang on. You're not strong enough to hang on. Nobody is. But actually, if you do it at the right time, it's almost like the sidecar's moving underneath you.
Yeah,
as long as you get your hands on the right handles.
It's a question of hitting the spot every time and using the movement of the outfit
for your
to assist
advantage.
you.
That's right.
Indeed, yeah. For a man who knows nothing about sidecars, you are remarkably well
I've been on one a few times. I've never driven one. I would love to. They tell me it's a lot more physically demanding than you think, because it looks like you're just jammed in there and you don't move. That's not the case, apparently. But being a passenger is unbelievably physical, I can tell you.
And these enormous fat Avon tyres.
That's the reason.
Very, very hard work.
To move. Yeah, it's like having a wagon with no power steering, I'm told.
Or trying to move a car on cross plies with a puncture.
Cross plies, Barry. Oh, mind you, you're of a certain age now.
I am of a certain age.
All I know about cross plies is you don't mix them with radials on the same axle, Barry.
No, you don't. You absolutely don't. Right, Sam and Tom Christie. Oh dear, that's a shame. Number 27 outfit after that funny start. The Kirby boys are out of it. Paul and Tom Kirby, sadly, they were out of it. They were running in 10th place. Biggs and Schmitz never actually made the start. They're on their final lap, race leaders.
Yeah, a little tip, you can easily spot the longer outfits even from the front, because the big thing that looks like a wing mirror is actually the air intake to take the air into the injection system and the engine behind the driver, and that's not necessary when the engine's in front of the driver. So tell the shorter ones, because they've no air intake sticking out.
Apart from the fact they're shorter.
Yeah, but from the front you can't tell. It's difficult. They're a tiny bit taller because the engine sticks up under the driver's chest. Yeah, that's right.
And goodness knows what would happen if a Conrod let go. You wouldn't want to be in that position.
You wouldn't, would you?
No. There you have it then, on their final lap. Down they go, dearly. This is 25 points for the Molson Group. British Sidecar Championship for Todd Ellis and Emmanuel Clement, who will not be contesting all the rounds, so it's vital that they get as many points in the bag. Runner-up spot for Lewis Blackstock and Paddy Rosney. That was a great result. The Christie brothers come over in 3rd place, and it's going to be 4th for Pete Founds and Jevon. Well, no, it isn't. It's where Pete Founds gone. Did Pete Founds go over?
Not yet.
Here they come now. This is the guys round the back waiting for Pete Founds. This is John Holden. John Holden ahead. Founds has gone over the line, so it's 4th place for Founds and Walmsley. Holden and Pitt ahead of Robinson and Fairhurst. Huge thank you to James Whittam. Fantastic. Well done. Good job.
Cheers, buddy.
Do it all again tomorrow, except you'll probably be on your way up somewhere up to Wales or something. Checkered flag then, 10 laps completed, very entertaining and a convincing win. Wave to the crowd. The crowd here at Oulton Park love their sidecar racing. There's a long tradition of three-wheel racing here at the Cheshire Circuit, been going back many years. British Championship, internationals, you name it, they've done it here. And here you have the young couple, because that's what they are, the young couple who are leading the world at the moment after 2 rounds and 4 Grand Prix races, with a 4-point lead over Markus Schlosser and Marcel Fries of Switzerland. Tim Reeves in 3rd place at the moment, but they now lead after 1 race, the Molson Group British Sidecar Championship. Well, confirmation of that then. It was impressive. It was a 5-second advantage for Ellis, Clement, Blackstock, Rosney, Christies. That's the podium. Sam and Tom. Founds Walmsley on the first of the short bikes, ahead of John Holden, Jason Pitt on another one. Then Robertson and Fairhurst from pit lane. 10 points for them. Peach, Edwards, Hawkswell, Taylor, Brian and Hyde, despite parting company, are there. Kirby's registered as a finish. They get 6 points for 10th place. George Holden, we saw him in pit lane. The Hildages parted company. They're probably still talking about it.